Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode, another morning of Tea with Tea. And if you were here yesterday, you heard me say that one of my sister friends put on social media, she said, morning tea with Dr. T. And I said, oh, I like that. Right. And so I appreciate you all for being here. Listen, as you are coming in, please make sure that you are hitting the share button. Share with every woman that you know who needs to be here, right? Share it, tag them in it so they do not miss out on this morning's tea with tea. I'm telling you, this is not your ordinary type of tea. I keep telling y'all that, and some of you are new here, right? And so, just in case you have missed it, this is a faith fueled, flavored type of tea. This is a shift your mindset and drink big type of tea. This is a you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you type of tea. Okay, just to let you know, this is not that messy tea. This is not that tea where we're talking about what's going on with Ray J and all that. This is not that. Okay. So I just want to let you know, welcome Marie, welcome Sunshine. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you are sharing this live. And also put in the comments and let me know where you are tuning in from. Where are you at in this world? Hi, good morning, Sandra. So we have had people in here from Liberia. Shout out to Liberia. My executive assistant, Francis Forkpot Jr., is in Liberia. Shout out to him. Shout out to, we've had Virginia here, North Carolina, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. And so wherever you are tuning in from, Florida. So thank you all so much for being here. And please make sure that you are also sharing this live. And I want you to make sure that you are following me on all platforms. All platforms. It's TikTok and YouTube. It's Mindset Shift with Tiff. Facebook and Instagram is also Mindset Shift with Tiff. And Facebook is Dr. Tiffany R. Harris. Welcome. Good morning, Malika. Good morning, Becky. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you all. And so listen, this is Morning Tea with Tea, where mindset, leadership, and purpose meet. Okay. And I am your host, Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. All right. And so, what I want you to do is go ahead and grab your tea. I have mine from the hotel. I'm coming to y'all live from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not in Philadelphia this time, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So, go ahead and grab your tea, grab your coffee. Also, grab your notepads and grab your pens, or if you have an iPad, so that you can take copious notes on today. Because just for a few minutes, I want to pour a little mindset into your morning. And if that's all right, I want you to type, that's all right, in the comments. Welcome, Lawanda. I see you. Welcome. All right. Welcome, Layla. Welcome. And so if you're here with me live, I want you to type good morning in the comments. And if perhaps you come back and you catch the replay, I want you to type replay in the comments. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So before we jump into today's conversation, I just want to remind you all that the pre-sales are now going on for series 2 of We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through. And so that is an anthology that I have spearheaded. There are 10 co-authors in that anthology, including myself, and it's a must-have book, right? It is a mind-changing, game-changing, life-changing book that you must have and you must read. And don't just get a copy for you, order a copy for every woman that you know, or at least tell them about it so that they could get a copy. And so you will read stories about 10 courageous women who have gone through some life circumstances, which you will be able to find yourself in. But we're also sharing what happened and what God did to bring us out on the other side. And so please, you can go ahead and support this live show by purchasing your copy at only $20. That is it. That is just $20. And you can scan the QR code here. And for TikTok, you can go to the link that is in my bio and purchase your copy. And don't forget, the first 10 individuals who purchase, you will also receive a free gift. So I thank you all so much for your support. It is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Okay, and then also make sure you're continuing to share this live. So today we're talking about something that separates those who grow from those who stay stuck, right? There's a difference from those who grow and those who stay stuck. And it's this, right? You have to learn how to show up even when you don't feel like it, right? Because let's be honest, you're not always going to feel motivated. You're not always going to feel inspired. But growth does not respond to feelings, right? And I tell people you don't need more motivation, you need more discipline, because that's going to help you press past how you feel and what you think, and you all up in your head, right? Growth responds to consistency. And I'm gonna tell you, if you were on here last week, there was a day when I shared with you, I just didn't feel like it today. And this is exactly what I said. I said I felt like, like meh, right? And I'm gonna tell you, today is another day. I feel tired. I'm tired, and I'll tell you why. So for those of you who know, I am the president of a university called Good Life Christian University, and it's a fully online, faith based, accredited university. And today actually is the day for our spring commencement ceremony. However, last night we met up with the graduates and their families, and we had dinner with them at a beautiful restaurant in downtown Atlanta called Sundial Restaurant. If you've never heard of it, look it up. Absolutely immaculate, and we were on the 72nd floor. Beautiful. So we were able to meet with the graduates in person, celebrate them, honor them, take photos, chat and chew, all that great stuff. And so by the time I got home, it was about 12 o'clock. So I didn't get settled and get in bed and go to sleep until about 1, and then was back up early to be here for all of you. So, but anyhow, I had to press my way through and not fall into what I feel. Oh, I feel tired. No, I understand this assignment. I understand this positioning, right? I understand what God has put in my hands and what He is looking at to see if He can trust me with, right? And so I always want to make God proud. I always want to remind Him that He can trust me. So I got up and here I am. Okay. And so, but if you've ever felt like you had something that you needed to do, right? But you didn't feel like doing it. And because of that, you didn't show up. I want you to type me. Thank you so much for your love and support. Type me in the comments, right? Because I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only one that got up kicking and screaming and punching and shouting like I don't want to do it. But I showed up anyway, right? And so type me in the comments. And I see you. I see you, Insurance Wealth Strategy. Thank you so much for your transparency and your honesty. I know I'm not alone, right? But here's the truth. Your feelings will lie to you, but your discipline will lead you. Put that in the comments and put that in the chat. My feelings will lie to me, but my discipline will lead me, right? If you only move when you feel like it, you will delay your destiny. There are days where, yes, you will feel tired like me. You will feel discouraged because things are not going right. You cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? You see, it seems like there's a setback, there's a roadblock. Something is stopping you from getting on the other side. Something there's a barrier here and you can't reach the other side. And so you may feel like, you know what, God, I'm not motivated. I'm unmotivated. I'm uncertain. This looks unfamiliar. This is too hard. This is challenging, right? But let me tell you this. Those are the exact days that showing up matters the most. Yeah. I am the founder of an international women's community called When Women Empower. And every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a Zoom growth session exclusively for those individuals, those women who are members, right? And so this past Thursday, everything in me did not want to do the Zoom. I did not want to do the Zoom insurance wealth strategy. Maya, Dr. Bannerman, I did not want to do it. And I told the ladies that, right? And I'll tell you, when I pressed past how I felt, right? Because I was committed to what God has called me to do, and I got on the Zoom, We normally are only on there for an hour. We were on there until about 8:30. And the release, the freedom, right? The revelation, what transpired during that growth session, only God can explain. And in that moment, it hit me. It hit me, Peaches. It hit me. I said, my God, it's not about me. It's about the women who you have trusted me to serve. It's about the women who you have called to my women's community when Women Empower. It's not about me. So I have to forget about how I feel and remember that I have a great, ginormous, magnanimous purpose that cannot be ignored because I am tired, right? And then I realized, oh, that was just a trick of the enemy so that I would not get up there because God already knew what was going to happen. And you know what's the funny thing, Levine, Jessica? You know what's the funny thing? You know what's the funny? After I got off, it was like I had a second wind. I wasn't even tired anymore. I never went back to sleep. I thought I was going. It never happened, right? And so again, those are the exact moments where showing up matters the most. And it hit me so hard. I got so emotional. And I couldn't hold back the tears. I just let them roll down my face and into my lap. As I sat for a few seconds, just quiet and just saying, my God, this is why I need to suppress. Right? And I share that with the ladies, okay? Because consistency is not built on good days. Every day will not be a good day. I promise you it won't. And some of you already know what I'm talking about. It's built on days when you don't feel like it. And so that reminds me of Galatians 6:9. Let us grow, not weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Right? And if you are ready to reap your harvest, I want you to put that in your notes and put that in the chat. I am ready to reap my harvest. Yeah. The harvest is tied to you not giving up. And let me just share with you, Kathy, one of the things that I tell individuals when I'm coaching or when I'm speaking, and it's just a reminder, right? Because yes, it's true. We will all feel tired. We will all feel like throwing in the towel. We will all feel like just laying in the bed. We will all sometimes feel like just walking away. I see you. I see you. When you feel like giving up, pick yourself up physically, dust yourself off emotionally, refill yourself spiritually, and start over mentally, right? It's a mindset. And I'm going to say that again because I know some people was like, wait a minute, I was just refreshing my coffee and getting me another cup of tea and I missed what Dr. Harris said. Yeah, I got you. I got you. When you feel like giving up, pick yourself up physically, dust yourself off emotionally, refill yourself spiritually, and start over mentally. Okay? And so I want to ask you, what is something you know you need to be consistent in, but you've been showing up inconsistently? And you can be honest. Listen, we family, we friends, we cousins, we listen, this is a safe space because this is the space I told you. This is a faith-fueled flavor type of tea. This is a shift your mindset and dream bigger type of tea, right? So where have you been showing up inconsistently? Is it in your business? Is it in your voice? Is it in your leadership? Is it in your habits? Is it in your faith walk? Yeah. And I get it. I get it. And some of you are at that point where you are just starting off and you're crawling in your faith. And if that's all you got, give it all that you have. If that's all you have is just a little crawling in your faith, God will take it. Right? And then you will be able to stand up and you will be able to walk in your faith. God will take it. And then after a while, when you keep pressing your way, God will make sure that you will start running in your faith. So you will go from crawling in faith to walking in faith to running in faith to shouting in faith. Come on. If you're ready to level up in your faith, put I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you, there were seasons where I didn't feel like showing up, right? I just gave you an example of when I had my Thursday growth session with When Women Empower. I was tired. I didn't feel like it. I just told you about this morning. I was tired because I was celebrating the graduates from Good Life Christian University who are about to walk across the stage in just a few hours. Yeah. But I made a decision that my feelings were not going to control my future. Yeah. That's what it's going to take. Insurance wealth strategy. Your feelings cannot control your future. And because I kept showing up, I began to see growth. I began to see results. I began to see transformation. So, how bad do you want it? Right? We all want to see change in life. We all want to see growth. We all want to see prosperity. But we're not willing to position ourselves so that we are preparing for the way that God wants to propel us. Right? So when will you get sick and tired of being sick and tired? And allow God to lead you. Allow him to stretch your voice. Allow him to show you some unimaginable things in your business. But first you have to move. Y'all waiting on God. God's waiting on you. Right? You keep questioning God. God, when is it going to happen? Why didn't it happen? God said, well, wait a minute. I've been here. Where you been at? Where you been? All right. And so let me help you. Let me shift your mindset. You do not need more motivation. I'm not up here to motivate you and to say, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo, woo. That's not me. People will say, oh, Dr. Harris, oh, I love you. You're such a motivational speaker. I don't want to motivate you. That's not what you need. I want to help you shift your mindset. So now that your feelings about your capabilities will change, and now you're going to be committed to taking action. And not only will you take action, you're going to be disciplined with taking action consistently, right? So you don't need more motivation. You need more commitment, because commitment will carry you when motivation disappears. And I promise you, motivation will disappear over and over and over again. So don't rely on that. All right. And so 2 Timothy 1:7. And if you've been here, we've talked about this scripture, this verse several times, right? For God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind, right? Of a sound mind, queen. Yes. And so a sound mind means you can choose discipline over your feelings. Put that in the chat and in your notes, Katie. I will choose discipline over my feelings. You know how much discipline it takes to get up here every single day at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I am committed to the call. I am committed to the assignment. I am committed to God. So I'm getting up here every day. It don't care how I feel, right? You will see my face. Yeah. So let me ask you, what will change in your life if you committed to showing up even when you didn't feel like it? What will change? Wealth strategy. What's going to change? And if you're ready to show up, I want you to type in the chat and write in your notes, I will show up, right? And then I want you to take it a step farther. And when you're in the mirror, I want you to put your name on it and speak to yourself, right? Make this part of your positive affirmations, right? So if I was looking in the mirror at myself, I'm going to say, Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, I will show up, right? And then if you want to be big, bad, and bold, you can go ahead and extend to that. Make it personal, make it specific. I will show up and use my voice to transform the world. I will show up and go ahead and invest in a coach. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show up and I'm going to start writing the book. I'm going to go ahead and show up. So I'm going to stop procrastinating and get up 7 o'clock in the morning and get on live for at least 30 minutes. What are you going to show up and do? Put that in the chat, right? Let me challenge you and see how you're going to show up, right? Okay. And so wherever you are, if you can, I don't know if y'all at work, where you at, but if you can say this with me, I don't wait to feel ready. I show up anyway. Put it in the atmosphere. I don't wait to show up, right? Or I don't wait to feel ready. I show up anyway. Yeah. Write this down. My commitment is stronger than my feelings. My commitment is stronger than my feelings. And as we close today's morning tea with Dr. T, I'm telling you, I like that. I like that little ring to it. I just want to remind you that the woman who you are becoming requires a mindset that refuses to play small. Let me say that again. The woman who you are becoming requires a mindset that refuses to play small. Okay? And so, if this morning tea with Dr. T has encouraged you, I want you to type WIN, WIN, in the comments, and also share this live with a woman, with women who need to be here. All right. And so I appreciate you all. I told y'all just for a few minutes, I wanted to pour a little bit of mindset into your morning. And I appreciate you all for being here, from YouTube to TikTok to Facebook to Instagram. Thank you so much. I think I should probably sip on my tea. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you are following me on all platforms, on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. My name is Mindset Shift with Tiff. And on LinkedIn and on Facebook, it is Dr. Tiffany R. Harris. And I just want to also thank all of you who have been supporting this show by going ahead and purchasing your copy of my anthology, series 2 of We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through. I thank you so much. And so, Father God, we just come to you to say we certainly appreciate you for an opportunity to be here on this live morning tea with Dr. T, God. Lord, I just thank you. Just thank you for the shift, God. I just thank you for everybody who has been present, God, on all of the platforms, God. I thank you for those who are here right now live. And God, and I thank you for those who will come back and watch the replay, God. Lord, I just thank you for them being committed to the assignment, God. I thank you that they will not be distracted by the feelings, God, feeling unmotivated, feeling tired, feeling uncertain, God. And so, Lord, I just thank you for tapping into their minds on today. I thank you for them not becoming weary in will in good doing, oh God. And so I just thank you for just giving them new strength on today, God. Yes, 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 yes. New strength, God. New strength, new strength, new strength each and every day, God. I thank you for clarity. Thank you for showing them, giving them the blueprint. God, I thank you. Thank you for being their navigation system, their GPS, God, and you being with them every turn, every turn, everywhere they go, God. You are right there holding their hand, God. So don't allow them to forget about you, God, and let them know that they do not have to do this alone. They have you right by their side, God. And so I ask that you keep them covered in their in your precious blood, from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet, as they go about their day, God. And I just thank you that they are shielded and they are blocked, God, from anything that tries to come up against them, God. And so we just thank you and we praise you. Thank you for the graduates on today from GLCU, God. We just thank you that they have been able to reach this special occasion and milestone. Thank you for all those people who have supported the show by purchasing their copy of the anthology, God. And you're just great, God. And we just give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise. All right, everybody, that is our morning tea with Dr. T. And I want to give my daughter, London, a shout out. I've been giving her a shout out on starting her business at 16 years old, her lash business. And listen, this one right here, let me pull this down. So I have been her lash model, if you will. And she did my lashes for me before I came down here to Atlanta from Philadelphia. So shout out to her, and that's show her some love. And so thank you all so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Set your notifications, set your alarms, and do not come alone. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Morning Tea with Dr. T. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all so much.